Hey, I'm Steve Mignon here in Bogart, Georgia at the Tony Townley Collection, which will be sold at auction on October 24th and 25th, 2025 by Richmond Auctions. And about 110 cars or so will be auctioned on those 2 days. One of them will be this 1970 Dodge Challenger TA. What's a TA? Well, basically TA stands for Trans Am, as in the SCCA's Trans Am Racing Series, and these were built for competition there after full preparation. Keep in mind, too, that the TA Racing Series mandated a 5-liter or 305 cubic inch maximum, thus the Boss 302 Mustang, and of course the Camaro Z28 with its 302. So how did Dodge get away with putting 340s in these things? Well, to go racing in the SCCA, they had to be de-stroked to 305 cubic inches, but for the street-going homologation specials, the 340 was made legal, again, for street use, but again, for racing, you had to de-stroke it to 305 cubes, whole different engine for another day. But with that said, these are very unique cars in many ways. Let's dig in. One detail unique to the Challenger TA was its fiberglass hood with this surface-mounted scoop, which basically draws cool air from the airstream and into the carburetors, and there's 3 of them on these engines, and these are fiberglass hoods, once again. And one thing about these hoods is they are lighter than steel by a lot, and with that said, the springs installed by Dodge are thinner and lighter and have less tension than a steel hood spring. What these would do if they were thicker, what they would do is would load the hood on a hot day, would cause the hood to bow. So again, specific hood hinges right there in the springs, but beyond that, the engine is a 340 cubic inch motor with 3 2-barrel Holleys, thus the 6-pack nomenclature. The intake manifold is aluminum from Edelbrock, and these make 290 horsepower, 275 with a single 4-barrel on a lesser Challenger, but again, 290 is under advisement. It's more like 330 or so in reality, but great engines in so many ways. The blocks are specially cast with the letters TA in the side of them. They have more beef in the main web, so if you wanted to drill them for 4-bolt mains, the racers could do this. The meat's there, but it's up to you or the racer to put the 4-bolt caps in these things, but the meat is there. Speaking of that, these have special rocker arms which are adjustable with an offset because the heads have extra meat cast into them, so that if you wanted to hog the ports out, you could do that. It's up to you to hog them out, but with that said, the push rods are offset a little bit, as are the rocker arms, and they're adjustable, so they're unique also to the TA and AAR CUDA, so they're also present and accounted for. And again, here's the air filter element right here, and again, no filter, there's no baffle, no door, there's no provision for rain or snow, and with that said, nice cold air induction, and a great example of a restored piece right here. Now, this car was sold new at Grand Spaulding Dodge. If you know your 60s muscle car history, Mr. Norman Kraus ran Grand Spaulding Dodge in Chicago for many, many years, and he was kind of the go-to place on the east and northeast edge of the country to get muscle cars. And Grand Spaulding Dodge is sort of a seal of approval. Anybody who buys a car from Grand Spaulding Dodge, it's sort of a cherry on top of the car in every way. Now this one here could have one of 2 different transmissions, a 4-speed or an automatic. Let's go inside and take a look and see what we find. 2 transmission possibilities were available. Of course, the Torque Flight automatic, or this, the Pistol Grip 4-speed. I'll take the 4-speed, thank you very much. Hearst linkage, Hearst handle, of course the mighty Pistol Grip. This one has the AM radio, that's fine. And again, really well preserved, nice example inside and out. Better than stock by far. And again, just show winning combination happening right here. Again, the 4-speed, the 346 pack, what's not to like? One cool detail I love about these cars is the side pipe exhaust. It comes out in front of the rear tires, not seen on any other Challenger or Mopar muscle car then or since. Side pipes are cool. And inside the trunk, of course, the AAR and TA have this cool little deck spoiler right here. And inside the trunk, nicely presented, beautifully restored, has the Space Saver spare, which is part of the package. The E-bodies were pretty compact back here, so the Space Saver spare by BF Goodrich prevented you from driving on a flat. Also has the bottle full of compressed gas to fill it up to limp home on. And something else you won't see on one of these things is an antenna up on the front fender, rather because the fiberglass hood wouldn't prevent ignition signals from getting to the radio. The antennas on all these cars are at the back, right here. That's correct for the Challenger TA, and that's why on these cars, the antenna, which ordinarily would be on the front fender, is here, and that's a correct detail seen on this one. Great restoration. And in the back, we see a lot of details, a lot of documentation, and let's open the binder and see what we can find. Lots of cool stuff in here. Let's dig in. And here's the window sticker from this car. It was sold originally out of Grand Spaulding Dodge in Chicago. And most importantly, we have the TA package right here, $865.70, which includes the 340 six-pack, heavy-duty brakes, discs up front, special shock absorbers, fiberglass hood, etc., etc., all those good things. And of course, the 4-speed manual was $194 over the automatic, go figure. And the sure grip differential, not standard, $42.35, and all these goodies right here. And again, Top Banana is the paint code on this one right here. And just a great piece of documentation. That's the window sticker from this car when it was built and sold in 1970 by Mr. Norm. Next up we have the IBM card. This is something that was used at Chrysler Corporation to control the assembly line, to punch out the proper pieces and parts and spit them out on the assembly process. And this is IBM code, as it were, for punch card. That's what it is, a punch card, a primitive mechanical computer. And then we go to Grand Spaulding. This is the sales contract here, showing all the goodies on it, the tires, the sure grip, all the things that were baked into it. So $3,710.15 was the sticker price on this car back in 1970. And then finally, we have something cool here, magazine coverage. Everybody wants to have their car in a magazine. This is the car on the cover of Muscle Car Review, and here's the full story inside. Nice centerfold shot right there. This goes with the car, obviously, and is part of the car's story and history.